Welcome to Mojam Mondays, week number 240. This is a live, all-improvised jam session made up of local musicians happening live at Nectar Lounge in Fremont, Seattle. Tonight's featured artist is Joe Doria on keys, and he is playing with a fresh band of strangers on jam number 2 of the night. We are going to go ahead and take it back to the stage so you can enjoy this improvised musical goodness, and we'll come back and tell you a little bit more about Mojam Mondays after this song. Let's take it to the stage.
We have a bass solo. How about some drums, maybe? You wanna do some now? All right. Good.
Yeah, it started off like this. Whiskey, rolling papers, and a little kid. Yeah, baby, we were keeping it simple. Hey, but we got to get the music and simple. But he had to leave my heart to skip a beat. I know I see her again soon. But he had to go. He had to leave my heart to skip a beat. I know I see you again
jam band of the evening. This is episode 240 of Mojam Mondays. And we had Braulio on vocals, Robbie on drums, Gilkeson, David B, Joe Doria, Joe I, Rob, Jeff, and Will. Give it up for those guys. We are live on Rainieravenueradio.world right now. Give a round of applause for Rainier Avenue Radio. Woo! We're going to take it up to Casey and Davy.
Thunderous applause. Did you hear that?
I did.
Give it up for Rainier Avenue. Cricket, cricket. That's right.
It was a little confusing.
That's Morgan down there. She's the one who started this gig, so she can say whatever she wants, I think.
She really can. Yeah. Mo Gilkeson of Mojam Mondays.
Yes. Well, today we're featuring Joe Doria. This is going to be awesome. It's going to be a great night. He was here in March, and now he's back in August to fire up the stage. So we're very excited to have him here.
So I actually just did a very quick introduction when we opened up because we wanted to get back to the music on the stage. But for our listeners and our viewers, I'm KZ, Media Director for Mojam Mondays.
Right, and my name is Davy Nefos, the Jam Ambassador, the host of Mojam Mondays.
That's
and
right.
Yeah, I hope there's some people out there listening. Thanks for listening in, and pass the word that we do this every Monday night. We're live on the air.
Yeah, live at Nectar Lounge in Fremont, Seattle. Been doing this 4.5 years strong. And we're only on the third jam, and I'm looking at the sign-up board where musicians sign up to get put on stage with bands of strangers and make it up. And I can see we're in double digits, Davey.
It's full.
Yeah, we're already up to, 10, 11,
Yeah,
12
we're up to 10
jams
jams.
scheduled.
We're on the third one. We got 10 full so far. It's just going to get busier and busier. Last week we did 17 jams. Last week.
Yeah. Well, and in order to give people the opportunity to get on stage when they show up, it just means that we're just making them a little bit shorter.
For sure.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But that's okay, because that means we get more opportunity for a wide variety of creativity in an evening.
Yeah, definitely. And tonight's going to be just like that. Just like it is every Monday night, especially when we get Joe behind the keys.
That's right. He is the keys master, and it looks like we're going to be doing dual keyboards on this next jam.
Right.
And I see Heather Thomas coming up to the front of the stage rather than taking on drum duty.
She's going to be singing. She's singing on this one.
Yes, and we have our first-time Mojammer Didem on her violin in from Bellingham.
Wow, what a trick.
Yeah, so they're probably going to jump into this real quick. Davey, just in case you get caught up with all the organizing of the jams throughout the rest of this episode, we should take this opportunity for you to let our listeners know what's coming up.
Right. So next week we're taking a holiday, so we have no Mojams next week. We'll be back September 3rd, and that's featuring. We don't have a feature that night, so it's going to be featuring whoever shows up on September 3rd.
It's community jam night.
Right, just after the weekend. So we hope to see a lot of people there. On September 10th, we're featuring Michael Boyer. Michael Boyer will be a featured guitar player within the jam. We've had him here before about a year and a half ago, and he's going to be back. Great local guitar player. And on the 17th, we are featuring Jock Willis will be here on his vibraphone.
Woo, we haven't seen him in a couple years.
Yeah.
That is going to
Jock
be
Willis.
an awesome show.
And then on the 24th, we're featuring on trombone Freddie Fuego.
Nice.
Freddie Fuego will be here on trombone. So it's going to be a really hot September, just like it is right now. It's so hot up here.
Nice. I think we are still looking for. I have to completely forget what the name of that instrument is. It's okay. I'll come back to it. Got distracted by the jam getting started. So, all right, we're going to make sure to get Joe Doria, our featured artist, up here to talk with us. If you have any questions that you'd like us to ask in our interview, you can go ahead and message us at Mojam Presents on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter.
Yeah. Send us your questions, for sure.
Right.
That'll be fun.
It could be dangerous.
All right.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take it to the stage.
Baby, just sit back now. Go on and get in the groove. Sit back now. Said you don't have to try too hard. Hey, said you can have it like you want it. Go on and get it. Said you don't have to try too hard. Just let it go. Be what it is, honey. Oh, yeah, you can have it like you want it. My friends, go on and get what you want. Go and say it out loud. Go get what you want and say it out loud. And say it again. What you want, go say it out loud. Say it again. What you want, say it out right. If you want it, yeah, you can go and get it. I said if you want it, you can go and get it. Said if you want it, you can go and get it. Said if you want it, you can go and get it.
Give it up for these people on the stage, y'all. That was
I would
Heather
like
on the
to give
vocals.
it up for Delise Howlback here on the drums. This is officially her very first time ever playing drums on stage with a band here at Mojams. I've always loved about Mojams that anybody can get up here and do their thing. We are all loving and supportive, so like go give her a high five and a hug. I'm so proud of you.
Nice, good job. Delise on the drums, Luke on the bass, Will on guitar. We had Joe and Gilkeson on the keys, as well as Didem on the violin. Thank you guys.
Well, all right, and that is how it is done. And Joe Doria was sounding mighty sweet on those keys. I'm looking forward to getting him up here to chat with us. And actually, I just invited that first-time violinist up to talk to us about her first jam experience. So hopefully we'll see her in just a second here. So as Davy said, we are actually taking a vacation from hosting our weekly event here at Nectar Lounge next week, August 27th. But in place of that, from 10 to 11 p.m. on Rainieravenueradio.world, we are going to be having a best of episode. And this is going to be a special episode because we dedicated a half hour to talking to our guru, Dr. Wonderbread. And he is that elderly gentleman that you will see on the side of the stage playing his cajon or his own personally made instruments, percussion instruments. He has beans in a bowl. He has coconuts on a stick. He has bells that he connected to the coconuts. He just goes to town, and he really sets the tone for the fact that this is an all-inclusive, multi-generational, multi-genre jam session. Oh, and our violinist came on up. Come on over here. All right. And Davy and Mo are getting the next band of strangers up on stage to create the next song together. But in the meantime, Hi.
Hi. How are you?
You just had your first Mojam.
Yes, I did. It was really fun.
Awesome. What can
I
you
loved it.
Can you tell our listeners and our viewers, you're on camera there, on Rainier Avenue Radio, know who you are?
Oh, I love it. First time here. Thanks for having me. And it was really wonderful being here. So many musicians, so many good players. It's just awesome.
So you were telling me before you played that you actually came down from Bellingham
Yes,
and
I
that
did.
you have a band and that you know Joe. Can you tell us a little bit all of that?
Of course. My band's name is Celestial Navigation. If you would want to
Oh,
look
yeah,
at it,
I've heard about you.
celestialnavigationmusic.com. And we used to play, and maybe we will again, hopefully. Would love to see Monster before Joe Doria on Tuesdays. And we did that for like about 2 years. It was really cool. Loved it. And we were in town today, and I'm like, well, I've been wanting to go to Mojam for the last couple of years. I just never get the same day to be in Seattle or the time. And tonight was perfect. My brother from Turkey is here, and I always wanted to introduce him to Joe because he's such a talent. And so tonight, I'm like, let's go to Mojam. We're here. We have our instruments, and it was such stars just aligned, and we were here, and this has all happened.
That's awesome. What does your brother play?
He plays upright bass and keyboard. Luckily, we had electric bass and keys here, and he's been jamming along.
Oh, he's been up on stage
yes,
too.
yes.
Oh,
he
that
has
is super
been.
cool. Okay, well, we're definitely
Yes, for
want to
sure.
know what a fellow from Turkey thinks of Mojams.
Oh, I haven't spoken to him yet because I've been like on the stage with him, and as soon as I got out, I came here to speak to you. So I'm sure he liked it. We jammed together
right.
in the last song. So
Are you in town for band business?
I just wanted to show him Seattle a little bit this time, and local food is incredible, and also this event was like in our head, so we just combine all those events, and it happened really well.
Right on, and off they take the next jam.
Yes.
So, do you have any shows coming up in the Seattle area?
Yes, in fact we do. I can't remember the name of the. In fact, it's a great spot. We're gonna play there first time. It's hard to remember.
It's okay. You know what? Celestial Navigation.
Music.com.
All right, and Facebook.
Substation. We're
Substation,
playing
yeah.
It's September 2nd.
Okay.
The headliner bands, if you're around.
Awesome.
It's gonna be our first time.
Well, thank you, Didem, for coming
Thank
out.
you. Thank you for having us.
For sure, and we will share your information through the Mojam Presents Facebook, Instagram, website.
Yes, it's a great event. If you're a musician, you must come check it out. It's awesome. Everybody is awesome here too. So I just wanted to put that in there.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, let's take it back to the stage.
Hi, old ladies, kissing dogs. I'm the human lover that sinking mud. I can't use it. Try to make it real compared to what president, he's got his war. Folks don't know just what it's for. They got doubt of coral treason. Have one doubt they call treason. Looks like we always end up in a rut. I can't use it. Try to make it real compared to what see. They don't give us a rhyme or reason. He calls it truth, it's really treason. We chicken feathers all without one mutt. I can't use it. Try to make it real compared to what. Ripping baby's mother's arms, plagued by guns and big farm. Foes now friends and friends now foes, to trash and land and sea without those. We chicken feathers all without one nut. I can't use it, try to make it real compared to what. Take it home.
Jam Mondays, y'all. That was Tom on the vocals, Eddie on the drums, Addison on the bass, Luke on guitar, Dave on the keys. Thank you guys. Rob on the saxophone. This is what we do. We get bands of strangers, we put them on the stage, and we see what happens. We've been doing this for almost 5 years now. Thank you guys for your support. We love you for that. It's great to see new people and old people here. Thank you all for keep coming out. And we're going to take it up to KZ with Rainieravenue Radio up there. All you.
Well, all right. That was a hot jam. And I've got with me here the man of the hour, our featured artist, Joe Doria.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Hey. So last time you were here was about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And I guess we had such a good time that we got you to come on back.
Yeah, it was good. It was great. We're doing it again. People are jamming real well.
That's right. Just come play with Joe night.
Yes, please. Yeah.
All right. So for those of our listeners and viewers on Rainieravenueradio.world who may not be familiar with who you are, do you want to give your brief bio introduction? You want to talk right into the mic?
I'm Joe Doria. I've been playing Hammond Organ since like '92 in this area, Seattle, Greater Northwest. And I got a band called Nectar and Joe Doria Trio, and lots of different groups I play with around town. Lots of CDs if you want to check out some of my stuff. JoeDoriaMusic.com. JoeDoria music.com.
Now, how many CDs are you up to? Because I think I have like 5 of them.
I don't have a heck of a lot. I have a lot more writing crank out. So we got some coming, but like 4 or 5 albums back.
Right on. So I asked, and then you have your Tuesday residency at Sea Monster
Yep.
Lounge in Wallingford, where you bring in various invited musicians to come play with you.
Yeah, it's a good night. It keeps it fresh and different. Bringing in, just like you guys do, bringing great players every
Yeah.
Monday, and every Tuesday we do the same.
How long you been doing that?
Man, since Sea Monster for many years. Maybe 05, I don't know. God.
See, now if I were to guess, I'd say 8, but we should check.
You're probably
you
right.
should know
Probably
these
8,
things.
yeah.
All right,
Long
on.
time, and it feels like it's only been a day. So that's how much fun it is. So
That's
fun.
cool. So I asked a couple Mojammers if they had any questions for you, and one said, "How did he get started?"
I watched. I listened to a lot of vinyl. Mom had a lot of records around, and believe it or not, I watched a lot of Mr. Rogers and Electric Company and Sesame Street. And on those programs, as you know, they had incredible artists. But I didn't know. As a young guy at the time, you don't know who these artists are, and they're amazing. And you hear the trio of Mr. Rogers with Johnny Costa and his band playing jazz. I just knew I loved it. I didn't know who they were. And then later in life, you go see this music live and you go, oh, that's beautiful. And then you go see it again and you want to do it.
Right on. Okay, and then another Mojammer said that I should ask you about your van.
Vans.
Vans, and you want to talk into the mic.
Oh, God, I'm just glad I was doing that. Sorry. I have an 87 van that's been around forever that hauls the Hammond local. Then I have a new 91 van that it'll be a backup if the 87 ever says goodbye. But we're going to see how long it goes. It's up to 250 or 40,000 miles now.
So which one is the one with red velvet?
That's 91. And then we got the big 3500 that takes us across back and forth across the state and nation.
Right on. So anything coming up in the foreseeable near future that you want to make sure to tell us about before the next jam gets started?
Not just yet. We have a lot of writing being done, and then I've heard 5 of the 10 cuts live I like. So far, there's 5 more to go, and then hopefully everybody can hear it, and we'll have some fun and rock it around town.
Okay, so one other Mojammer question is, what inspires you to do what you do?
Well, it's the interaction between musicians on stage. When you're together on stage, it's a very special thing. It's something you practice all day alone doing, and then you go meet with other people, and you collaborate everything you practice for your life, and you pour it out on stage, whether it's something loud and funky, or metal, rock, or punk, or love, relaxation, whatever. It all falls out because you practice every day what you love doing. That's what it is.
Well, your reputation is that the cats who come to town to play at Jazz Alley, if they're in the know about the scene, they know when they're done with their gig that they had to go play with you.
It's happened quite a few times. Some beautiful players come down. It's nice. They do that at the Allen Thistle too. They'll bring in some great players from Jazz Alley to stop in and feature them, to say hi and drop in, and inspire people and all that.
Now you've actually played nationally, and I see our audio producer for Rainier Avenue Radio, James Street, is up on stage. So we're going to make this the last question. But what do you feel about the music scene here versus maybe other parts of the country?
Okay, it's rather tough right now because clubs are trying to hang on. They're doing their best to hang on. Nectar, Sea Monsters, our High Dives, all these little clubs that feature bands every 5 to 6 nights a week, sometimes 7. They're struggling to stay open, so we have to, as musicians, understand. We have to meet and come together and try and propel the music, no matter through all these ups and downs that we're dealing with in life. If we can go hand in hand with the artist and the venue, we can keep the scene alive. It's good.
So what do you think that we can do collectively?
Just keep playing, keep making music and be happy, and keep making people happy. That's really what sells everything.
Well,
keeps it going.
You make it such a pleasure, no matter who you're playing with, to watch what you're doing. Like, you really just become one with your instrument. Like, it's theater that you're watching as well as listening. And so I know I personally have always appreciated that about
Oh,
you.
thank you very much. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's I get into my Hammond. I love it. It is a part of me now. So
Yeah.
some nights you're on, and some nights you're fighting it. But that's life.
But you didn't bring the Hammond today because that's kind of a lot to get up
No,
on.
we don't want to take
on the
room up
stage.
on
But I
the
bet you
whole
had it
stage.
here for your show last week.
Yeah, it was killer.
Yes, I heard.
Saturday was good.
Awesome. And that was with the syncopated.
Syncopated tape and the guys in the cup, Tarek Abizade and Andy Coe, and Scarrett, Hans Toiber, and Dave Carter. It
Yeah.
was nice. It was good.
Mingling with the hot cats.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, Joe. We're looking forward to getting you back up on stage before we wrap up this episode.
Thank
and
you.
always a pleasure. And hopefully we'll see you 6 months from now.
Yeah.
We'll do it again.
Thanks for the interview.
It'll be in our 5th year at that point.
All right. Congratulations. Good job keeping music alive on a Monday night. I love it. It's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Wyatt, let's take it to the stage.
Ascending up and taking down, the pressure's gone, lifted. Man, I'm thinking about everything, but never quitting, just readjusting and doing this just cause I love it. Now everyone just think enough of it, or not. You can think a little more, open up a couple more doors so you can feel it, and I will soar. Flying up high, take it and I ride and I walk in this. Now that I'm out and I will never be stopping, and I just feel everybody flocking to the words and things that I be saying. But I'm going back and I'm okay, and now I'm more brave. When I just wanna do this little better, now that I can put it back and everything assembles right in order with no warning. So I sit back with my flames and score. So alright, and I'm out, eyes wide. I can't stop in stride. I'm walking, moving, taking, use it, and I'm moving a little faster now. And I'm back, and now back in action, and the crowd just up so high they can see me. So I can, and I keep on breathing, keep on ripping and shredding, and do it till the edge. And I better be better than that or not. So they flap or nod, I act as if just enacted. So sit on back like. just manifest it and then regress, digress these sentences, and I will not move or just get out my stance, and at one glance see me right and eye to eye and on point like this is the diamond. Just flip it with shits and everything until it's distant, never was missed. So I get a grip and hold it a bit tighter. Now my eyes widen, I just want to shimmer in the sky like a star of a diamond. Now that I'm out and I'm out like
Jam Mondays. Give it up for these people. That was James on the vocals, TJ on the drums, Patrick on the bass, Carl on guitar, Jenna Marie on the keys, and we also had Ben up there. Thank you guys for coming out. Up next, we got Davy on the drums, Alex on the bass, Johnny on guitar. We're going to bring back up Joe Doria with Miko on the keys. Come on up, guys.
Well, all right. This is KZ coming back at you live from the upstairs studio at Nectar Lounge in Fremont, Seattle. And I am here with a...
Who are you?
KZ. Recognize. Who are you?
I'm Eddie Mendoza.
Oh. Well, hey, Eddie. Say hi to our watchers on Rainieravenueradio.world. And say hello to the listeners worldwide.
Hello, hello.
All right. So, quick, because there's already a band on stage.
Right.
Tell the people who you are.
Well, I'm Eddie Mendoza. I play with a few cats around town. The Aury Band is the original band. Aisha El Madawi, we just did a show last week at the Blue Moon. I'm playing down the Swiss with the covers, doing a bunch of 80s cover songs. I'm putting together a little Yes thing. I just played last weekend at the Flathead Lake, Montana Blues Festival with Randy Oxford and a whole bunch of amazingly talented people. And I come down to the Mojam because I can. And this is a beautiful thing where people just completely improvise, and you got Joe Doria on the keys. Tell me more. I mean, what else do you need?
Right. You know, I think I don't know that you mentioned what it is that you play. Did you?
I play drums, hand percussion. Actually, I played the ukulele at the Flathead Lake Blues Festival for the first time in front of a big crowd. And had my lady, Aury Moore, singing a little George Harrison song, something that was kind of fun. And yeah, I hit things. Occasionally I'll be accused of playing the Jews harp.
Accused of playing what?
The Jews harp.
All right, well, when are you going to bring that to Mojams?
Well, as soon as they put me up on the list. When they put me on the board. See the board with all the names? They just got to throw me up there.
Okay, well, you got to bring the instrument, right? Like, you already played drums tonight.
Right.
And we saw you a couple jams ago.
I might play some percussion. Who knows?
That's right. Okay, so where can people go to find out about where they can see you play in your projects?
AuryMooreBand.rocks.
Can you spell that?
AURYMOOREBAND.ROCKS.
Ooh,
the original
nice.
stuff.
That's actually a URL now.
Yes, indeed.
Dot rocks. Okay, we should get Rainieravenueradio.rocks. You hear that, Tony? We need to do that. Well, all right. Thanks for coming up and talking with us for just a minute and saying hey, and for coming to Mojams and supporting the community and spreading the word.
Blessed to be here at Nectar. This place rocks.
Yeah, and you know what? This guy on the mic, I don't recognize, so you can't think he's a first timer. Let's take him to the stage and see what he's got.
Y'all say. Do it again. Maybe y'all say here. Here we go. Oh! Oh! One time. Come on.
Now that's what we like to see at Mojam Mondays. A first timer getting on stage and just owning it. he is, I have to get his name. I will share his information about this episode as it re-airs. This is KZ, Media Director for Mojam Mondays. We are in the middle of our 240th week of doing this. All improvised music made up on the spot by bands of strangers put up randomly on stage. This has been going on 4.5 years at Nectar Lounge in Fremont, Seattle, started by Gilkeson, co-hosted by Davy Nefos, who's also just took down that crazy drum solo on this last jam. I'm KZ. You can find more information about us at Mojam Presents on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and at mojampresents.com. And you can hear a brand new episode every single week on community radio station Rainieravenueradio.world from 10 to 11 p.m. PST. Mojam is yo jam.